So I just got this new Skil table saw, and I'm going to show you guys how to set it up to get the most accurate cuts possible. If you guys have a different saw, all the measurements and the process is the same. The adjustments might be a little bit different, so check your manual. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure that the blade is square to your miter slot. We're going to be doing that with a combination square. This is a 12-inch combination square. We're going to take the combination square and set it square in the miter slot. And we're gonna push it until it just barely touches the blade. Make sure it doesn't move the blade at all, just so it touches, and then we're gonna lock it down. And then we will slide the combination square in the miter slot until we get to the other side. And you wanna make sure that the blade is still touching at the combination square at the same place it was back here. I have just a tiny gap, so I'm going to go underneath the saw and I'm going to pull the blade a little bit this way. This is going to be, again, for the Skil saw. If you have a different saw, please check your manual. So this saw makes it super easy. You have this wing nut here that you loosen, and all you have to do is turn this dial to move the back of the blade left or right. I need to move it just a little bit, so I'm going to just do a quarter turn, tighten it up, and then I'll go up and I'll check it with a combination square again. So now that we have the blade square to the miter slot, we're going to make sure that the fence is square to the other miter slot. We're going to do that the same way. We are going to use the combination square, hold it in the slot, and we're going to push it up just to where it touches the fence, tighten it down, and run it, and it should just barely skim all the way down the fence. I'm actually off just a little bit on this side, so we'll make the adjustment on this saw. So we do that by loosening this Allen bolt here. So we will just loosen it up just a little bit, unlock this side of the fence, hold your combination square to the fence, and just give it a little tap up to it. Lock the fence down, and then we will retighten this Allen bolt. So once you have adjusted your fence, we'll do the same thing and we'll recheck it. Just barely push it up, tighten down your combination square, and run it down your fence. That is perfect. So this saw has two different fence positions. You'll have to do the same measurement from the miter slot to the fence in both positions. The reason you have two different positions on this is that you have an extended rip capacity where it's set right now, or you can take it and put it in the standard spot, and on the top you'll have a white and a black measurement. The first one that I have it in now is for the white measurement, and the black is for the extended capacity for when you want to cut the full width of 25.5 inches. So the next thing you need to check is to make sure that your blade is 90 degrees, and we'll also check 45 degrees. We will do kind of the same thing. I have a 6-inch combination square, and I'm actually going to be using one of these. It's a digital angle finder with a magnet that goes right on the blade, so we can dial it right in. If you don't have one of these, you can just use the combination square and put it right up next to your blade. Make sure that there is no light coming through here whatsoever. This one actually looks really good. Just make sure that your square is not on the teeth. If it's on the teeth, it's going to throw it off and it's going to give you a gap, kind of like right there. We're going to use this so that we can get it dialed right in. So we'll turn it on and we'll zero it out to the table. And this gets put right on here. So we are 0.6 of a degree off. So we will adjust that at 90. There, we got it set right at 90. So once we have it set at 90, we have two adjustments down here we need to make. We need to make this pointer go right at the 0, and I'm going to take this and make it a hard stop for 90 degrees. So that way I know when I bring it all the way down, it's gonna be right at 90. After we get that locked in at 90, we're going to tilt the saw to 45. Once we get that locked in, we will lock in the hard stop and adjust the needle on the bottom to where that will be set to 45 degrees as well. If you're not using a digital angle finder, you can take the ruler off of your square and slide it right in there, and that will give you a 45-degree angle. So now that you have your blade parallel to your miter slot, your fence parallel to your miter slot, your 90-degree set, and your 45-degree set, now we can adjust the measurements on the saw. So we will pull this all the way down to 0 to where it's just touching the blade, and make sure that your ruler and your gauge is set at 0. Mine is right on. We will move it out to the 4-inch mark, and we will check fence to the edge of teeth. Make sure it's right at 4 inches. Mine is off just a little bit. So we'll make sure that we are set right where we need to be, right at the 4 inches. I was off just a little bit, so make sure that that is there and your fence is locked in. We'll recheck the 4 inches, and we are right at 4 inches to the edge of the tooth on both sides, so we're good. And just to double check it, we'll unlock the fence, and we'll take it out to 8 inches, and we will check that as well. Right at 8 inches to the edge of the teeth. The only thing left to do is to make a test cut. We'll use some plywood, and we will lock it in at 4 inches, and we will see what the board comes out to. The very last thing you need to do before you make a cut is to adjust your throat plate and make sure it is level with the table. This one has 4 set screws, 1 in each corner, and we'll take a level and we will set it across the throat plate, and we will raise it just until it touches. And we'll do that on the other side. Perfect. Now it's level. We're right at 4 inches on this side. And right at 4 inches on this side. Perfect cut. So that is how you set up a table saw to get the most accurate measurements. This will work on any table saw, whether it be a cabinet saw or a DeWalt, but this was specifically for the Skil table saw, which is a great table saw. A lot of good reviews on it, and I like it. So if you enjoyed this content, subscribe, give the video a like. Everything I use will be down in the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.